Yo, this is Chris, sitting in my usual coffee shop doing a little bit of work here. Got my computer, as I always do. And, you know, I'm getting a lot of private messages about asking about scaling. So I wanted to just talk about that and make a video here to discuss add to cart versus purchase and scaling and those different aspects of ads. Now, I also, want to sort of make an apology up front. Some people, every day I'm getting messages. A good number of messages. Today I woke up to about 15 messages. Yesterday I had about 10. People who are not involved in my course, and I give very short answers to your questions because I've got a group of people who I, committed to support, right? They're in my beta course and they paid me money, and so I have to support them. So I can't, outside of that, spend a lot of time answering other questions because it's just not realistic. It's not fair to my time. So that's why I make these videos. Anyway, so I wanted to so if you're one of the people who's been private messaging me and you think my answers are quite short, it's not because I don't want to help you. I do want to help you. It's just that, I have only so much time in my life, and I've got to support the group of people who have paid for my support, right? So that's just the point blank reality of life. So anyway, so just to address that question. So if I've given you a very short answer in one of your questions that you messaged me and you're not in my group, and I apologize for that, for my short response, but because I can't amply give you a proper response when I have 150 people I need to support in my group. All right, so that said, let's move on to talk about add to cart and purchase optimization and some scaling questions, right, that people have. Okay, so a question people, and I get this a lot, and I've actually done videos on this. Hey Anil, how you doing? Hey Anil, you're in my course group. Be awesome if you talk about what you think about the beta course group and the support you guys are getting and the quality of the videos. Cheers, bro. All right, so should I optimize for add to cart or should I optimize for purchase? Okay, and the answer is both. Okay, the answer is both. There's an appropriate time to optimize for add to cart, and there's an appropriate time to optimize for purchase. Okay, so my Facebook ad screen alone is 8 hours of my course. I can't give you every single detail on this, but what I'm going to do is give you some guidelines to go by. Okay, my goal is to at least give you something to go by right now. Okay, so when you are optimizing for a conversion ad, okay, you're picking a particular action that you want Facebook to optimize based on. And that it can be, the most common ones are view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and purchase. Now you can actually set up other ones. There's other things that Facebook you could set up in your funnel that you could set up things for example, lead, depending on what kind of landing page you're sending to. But anyway, or search, right? Another thing you can really actually do more with Facebook. But a typical Shopify sales page has view content, add to cart, enter payment information, initiate checkout, and purchase. Okay, so I've tested out view content and doesn't get very, very good results because in reality is that people just view content, although it gets a lot of data for Facebook because a lot of view contents, right? A lot of people go to the page and view. I find that optimizing for that has not been the best. And for me, initiate checkout seems like it'd be good because it's quite deep in the funnel. It doesn't work very well for me either. But what has really worked consistently well for me is add to cart and purchase. Okay, so I use both, and the question is, what is the budget I'm using? Okay, that is the key question here, because what I want is in a given week on a given ad set, I want Facebook to have enough data to dig in and truly optimize my ad for me. Okay, so on low budget ads, I definitely use add to cart, and I think if you're doing anything under $20 for ad set, you should do add to cart, because in a given week there's not going to be enough fires for Facebook to truly optimize. Now, there's been a recent blog article that says Facebook needs 50 fires a week to properly optimize, and my conclusion, and also a couple of people I know work with, that's bullshit. I don't know why they changed that. They said that in that article, but my small budget ads did not perform worse after that change In fact, they performed better. So Facebook went up from 25 to 50, and so I thought my small budget ads would perform worse, but actually they got better. On average, my ads are performing small budgets better than they were before that change. So this idea you need 50 fires a week on a given ad set is actually not true, at least from, maybe that they're working toward that, but right now that is actually not the reality. So just keep in mind though, you do want to send a specific, a good amount of data for Facebook to optimize based on. So my recommendation is if you have a budget of $20 or even $30 or less for your ad set, then I would do add to cart. Now when I go into higher budget ads, and I tend to do manual bidding for higher budget ads, in fact, and Neil knows my manual bidding system is it's talked about in the course, but very simple manual bidding system, but it works. But I only do it for scaling, by the way. Manual bidding is not a good solution if you don't know if your product's not going to convert. A lot of people view manual bidding as end all be all to make money, but that's actually not true because manual bidding is useful for scaling, period. Manual bidding is useful for scaling. You need to have a proven product. If your product will not sell on an auto bid, a manual bid is not going to make it work. Okay, so don't fool yourself into believing that. So when you're on higher budget ads, right? So you want to use purchase, right? Because with a higher budget ad, you're getting more data in a week on that, and that's the function you're going for anyway, ultimately, right? Even though I use add to cart a lot, because most of my ads in my ads manager are low budget ads, right? I run a lot more low budget ads than I do higher budget ads. So most of my ads are add to cart, but ultimately I'm getting a lot of add to carts, and because it's got a lot of data built up, for every 3 add to carts is 1 purchase, right? So Facebook's getting enough data to really optimize those small budget ads, but ultimately the goal is purchases, right? That's where we're here to make money. So when I get a higher budget ad, now I've got more money going on the ad set, so Facebook's got more data in a given week on that ad set to optimize well for purchase. So the method is pretty simple. Low budget ad, I recommend add to cart. High budget ad, I recommend purchase. Okay? Now, let me give you a basic scaling technique. So basically what I do with scaling is I run tons of small budget ads, and when I identify certain ads sets that are real winners, not 1 sale, not 2 sales, we're talking like 4, 5, 6 good cost per conversion sales, over a few days. Now I'm thinking, okay, now I'm on to something. This target really resonates with this product. So then I go for higher budget ads on that particular ad set. So I will duplicate it and go for a higher budget ad on that one because now I've got the right target. Now, warning on this. Sometimes the high budget ad just completely bombs. It just does. It's weird. Even though the low budget ad's working one, everything's the same, but the high budget one kills. Dies or just doesn't do well. So definitely don't just set it and forget it. You want to go in there and check it. After maybe a few hours and some ad spend has gone by, or 4 or 5 hours, you want to go in and check that and make sure it's performing well, because if it's not, you get a higher budget on it, you can rake through a lot of money very quickly. So yeah, be warned. Just because the lower budget ad at that given target was working well, and you go to a higher budget ad, it works a lot of the time, but doesn't work all the time, so you can really screw yourself if you're not paying attention to that. So definitely, when you go in for that higher budget, you want to definitely go back and check it. Okay? Now, I have one favor to ask, guys. I'm giving out a lot of content for free. Okay, a lot of content for free. So it'd be awesome if you would share these videos. Okay, please share them. I love when people share it. I really appreciate that. Share these videos. If you're interested in my beta course and you want to get in and join the 150 people in that group, by the way, I answer every single question in that group. I have done so far, and I'm planning to continue on. So, plus you get access to the 60 plus videos that I've done, webinars and videos that I've done so far for that group. Or my private coaching, you can private message me. I got a little bit of work to do here, but what time is it? See, okay, it's 12:17 in Japan. Yeah, okay, tell you what, I can give you a few more minutes. 12:17 in Japan, so I got a few hours here. I can get some work done. So tell you what, yeah, I'll stick on for a few more minutes and I'll answer any questions that I might have. So let's see here. Any questions? Anil says it's an amazing course. I'm following it to the T and getting sales. Chris answers questions pretty much ASAP. Highly recommended. The only time I don't answer questions in the group is when I'm sleeping. So I occasionally, guys, I do actually sleep. But when I'm alive, awake, and I have my phone in with me, whether I'm in a bar or a restaurant, I see a questions group, I'll stop and answer it. I'm good, man. Good. I got a little bit of a tiny little chest cold going on here, but she'll be better tomorrow. My throat's, it's weird. It's one of these annoying colds. Just here in the little chest and then the little throat thing. And you know, it's not one of those things that puts you down in the bed, but you know, so it's probably gonna drag on forever because I, you know, still doing my regular lifestyle. How you doing, Nassan, Nasir? Any questions? Fernando, what's interesting? What is interesting, my friend? You said interesting. I'm just curious. What is interesting? Okay. The add to cart, yeah. I run more add to cart optimization than I do purchase, just because it's got more data for Facebook to dig into, right? On my store, which is actually pretty typical, because I have done a lot of coaching students. Yeah, I get one checkout for every 3 add to carts, so that's giving Facebook 3 times the more data to optimize based on. And add to carts are pretty high intent person, so visitor. So I use add to cart all the time. Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead and give it a try. See how your results are. Fernando says he's never run a conversion ad to an add to cart, but it makes sense. All right. There doesn't appear to be any more questions. Appreciate if you share this video. That'd be awesome. And if you're interested in my beta course or my coaching, private message me, and we'll see you in the next video.